Hello. And hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. What the hell is going on in Germany, guys? Germany's normal, stable government has collapsed. Germany's coalition government falls apart. The traffic light fell apart. Pressure piles on German Schultz to hold quick confidence vote. U.S. citizen is arrested in Germany on suspicion of offering military intelligence to China. I think that's a video for another day. But as you can see on the Google Trends last 24 hours in Germany, I'm sure all of these have something to do with whatever is happening. The traffic light is falling apart. Except for this one. That's just the football game. But this is big news. Guys, this is all over the news. At least all over my news. I don't know. Maybe Google just knows I'm interested in Germany. But rest assured, this is all over the news. This is as big as what just happened over here in America. So I need to know what's going on.
Let's turn our attention to developments in Germany. Fast-moving story last night and into this
Cookies to become new German
morning.
Finmen.
Chancellor Olaf Scholz's economic advisor, Jörg Kukis, is now going to become the finance minister. He
the finance minister, Cookies. Hopefully he's not too kooky.
Replaces Christian Lindner, who was fired quite dramatically last night. This after Scholz called for a snap election after divisions over how to revive the lackluster economy triggered the breakup of his fractious three-party ruling coalition. Let's bring in...
That was a whole lot of information right there. Okay. What did she just say? Schultz fired the financial minister and it broke up the coalition?
Bloomberg's Europe executive editor Chad Thomas.
She talks fast.
In Berlin. Chad, update us on the timing of all of this, because last night we were hearing Olaf Scholz has called for an election to take,
and he's called for a snap election. Oh my God.
Vote of confidence, rather, to take place in January. Others in the German political scene are saying that's not soon enough and calling for it to be earlier. What's the latest that we know about the timing?
Yeah, Anna, we were talking about this an hour ago, and I was saying to you then that things were moving quickly. In that hour since we last spoke, we've had the German...
What I'm thinking right now is the financial minister of Germany. I didn't know that was such a huge role that Schultz firing him would trigger, like, elections.
Opposition leader Friedrich Merz, he is the head of the Christian Democrats. That's the party of Angela Merkel. He came out and said that he wants this to move much more quickly. He's asking,
probably because he's ahead in the polls,
for a confidence vote in the government to happen as soon, or actually as late as next week. If it would happen sooner, even better, in his opinion.
Wow.
And that he wants to see that snap election come in January. Why is this important? Because Olaf Scholz now has a minority government. He needs support from people in the opposition if he's going to continue on, even for a short period of time, until they have that snap vote. Friedrich Merz says he will meet with Olaf Scholz this afternoon to discuss all of this, but given the fact that he's now pushing, Merz is pushing for this snap election to happen much more quickly, we likely will see things developing rather quickly in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
German Chancellor Olaf Scholz sacked his finance minister on Wednesday, collapsing the ruling coalition and paving the way for a snap election. The political chaos in Europe's
what happened to make him fire him?
Largest economy comes just hours after Donald Trump won the U.S. presidential election.
I feel forced to take this step in order to avert damage to our country. We need a government capable of acting that has the force to take the necessary actions for our country. That's what was important to me in the past 3 years. That's what's important to me now.
Scholz is now expected to head a minority government with his Social Democrats and the Greens, the second largest party. He would have to rely on cobbled together parliamentary majorities to pass legislation. He plans to hold a parliamentary confidence vote in his government on January 15th. The collapse of Scholz's three-way alliance comes after months of wrangling over budget policy and Germany's economic direction. Scholz said he fired Christian Lindner of the Free Democrats Party for his obstructive behavior on budget disputes. He accused the minister of putting party before country.
Gerade heute.
Especially today, on a day with such an important event such as the U.S. election, such egotism is completely incomprehensible.
The government crisis comes at a critical juncture for Germany. It's facing a flatlining economy, aging infrastructure, and an unprepared military. All the while, the government's popularity is sinking, and far-right and far-left forces are surging. A political shakeup could
Far right and far left, so it's just becoming more divided like the whole rest of the world.
fuel growing frustration with Germany's mainstream parties. That could benefit younger populist movements, including the anti-immigrant Alternative for Germany.
Oh boy. Okay, guys. Okay. I have to be honest. I was a little bit lost. I'm still trying to figuring it all out. I've been talking with the almighty ChatGPT because I still had a whole bunch of questions. Like, why just firing this one guy dissolved the entire coalition? To me, that seems pretty wild. But I think I'm understanding, you know, because like they have reappointed the position to, well, they've given it to Jorg Kukis, but he's not FDP. He is SPD. So they didn't replace him with another FDP guy, which I thought they would have done that, and that would have, you know, helped kind of fix the coalition a little bit. Because I was kind of wondering, like, is the finance minister the only representation that the FDP has in the ministry in, as far as the coalition? And no, apparently there's 4 other positions. Digital and Transport, Minister of Justice, and Minister of Education and Research. So just firing this one guy, I guess it's kind of just a really big deal, which does make sense. You know, it's just a really big deal, the fact that they fired him. And I guess there were already a whole bunch of tensions leading up to that within the coalition. Like, apparently, the FDP was planning to withdraw from the coalition with intentions to resign from all of their ministerial positions and terminate the coalition agreement. So, Scholz dismissing Linder preempted that move. And it is citing its sources here, so hopefully it's not just making all this shit up. So I guess the entire coalition has been going downhill, mainly because they've been trying to pass some legislation about, you know, as far as the budget and taxes. And I guess this guy was blocking it in the coalition because he's more for like tax cuts and cutting social welfare. Am I getting this right? And so it was blocking a lot of what they've been trying to do to stimulate the economy. And this move to fire him just sent it off a cliff, and now everything's gone to shit. Now, I guess technically it was Steinmeier who had to actually fire him. It was just Olaf's idea. I don't like how in this picture it looks like Olaf is winking. But they're both SPD, so I guess Olaf was just like, hey, Frank, this dude's got to go. Damn. Now, honestly, I'm just curious about going back to the Google Trends. This was the dude who got fired. This is the dude who replaced him. What is Wissing? Oh, yeah, he's one of the dudes that was part of the FDP. And apparently he's going to leave. What? What just happened? He's going to leave his party. He's going to leave the FDP instead of leaving. Oh, my God. He really wants to keep his job, huh? So that's this guy, Wissing. That's why people are searching him up. He's abandoning the FDP. So is he going to join Scholz party? Whoa. The SPD? There's too many acronyms, guys. Too many acronyms. Wow. Well, that's crazy. The whole world is on fire, guys, I guess. Glad it ain't just America. I don't know. That makes me kind of sad. Just, I liked that. I liked the visual and the metaphor of the traffic light. You know, that felt like unity right there. The world needs a little bit of unity, and the traffic light represented that to me. I don't know. I don't have political views about Germany, so I'm not like, I don't know whether to be sad or happy or what you guys think, but I just want to stay informed. So I have a much better idea of what's going on now. That's really fascinating. I hope everything's doing okay over there in Germany. I do look forward to seeing your guys' reaction both in the comments and when I do Last Week in Germany on Monday. I expect to read more about this and more of what you guys think about it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.